Hey there, everybody. Okay, so this is a little fall project, and I'm using a decoupage paper. It was a Roy cycled paper, curated by Lexi Grinzer. If you haven't seen any of her work, it's just beautiful. But it was one sheet, and it had all these pumpkins and leaves on it. So I decided to cut them out individually, and there was these pretty colored. There was like three big ones on there, but anyway, I cut out the blue one and some of the leaves that were surrounding it. So anyway, I'm gonna decoupage on this. It's a canvas, but it's a hard canvas for paint pours, because I'm going to resin this project and add some glass. We're just going to make it all nice and sparkly and glossy. So anyway, I'm using DIY liquid patina as my decoupage medium. Before adding the paper, though, I wanted to add a little interest to the canvas. So I'm using DIY paint. I believe this was the color Hey Sailor. And I have a little wooden piece. This is one of my favorite tools. It's just a little piece of a wheel. It was part of a car set from the Dollar Tree, a little wooden car set that you could create. So anyway, this is the little wooden wheel. Of course, you can use your finger, you can use a popsicle stick, but I'm just dipping it in the paint and I'm just outlining the edges of my canvas. Just lightly. It's just going to give it a little bit of color in the background. And then I just decided to rub it all over. So I just lightly took the little wooden piece with the paint on it and just kind of lightly, kind of like a dry brushing, but I just used that little tool. And so here I'm just going to add some of the liquid patina for, as my decoupage medium. I'm just using a little sponge brush and I'm just brushing it all over the canvas. And here I'm taking the cut out pumpkin and I'm just laying it down. I did have decoupage medium on the back of it. So I'm smoothing that out. And I'm not going to worry too much about getting the wrinkles out totally right now, because I like to use Saran Wrap, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm taking the little leaves that I've cut out and doing the same process, adding the liquid patina to the back of it, and then yes, brushing the liquid patina on the top as well. So I'll speed it up a bit so we can move along. And like I said, I do like to use Saran Wrap or some kind of plastic wrap to get the wrinkles out of my decoupage projects. So I just lay it right on the top, smooth it out with my hands a little bit, and then I like to use my brayer from IOD, and I just roll it right over the Saran Wrap, smoothing out the wrinkles. Now, if by chance you still see a few wrinkles, usually when the decoupage medium dries, they disappear. So I really do like this technique. And then you just pull the Saran Wrap off and it should be nice and smooth. So here I'm just, I'm going to add some more of the little pieces that I cut out. There were some leaves, more leaves, there were some acorns, there were mushrooms, and I just kind of placed them around the pumpkin and repeated the process with adding the decoupage medium to the top. And now we're really going to have some fun. I'm going to grab some glass chips. Now this glass is, it's used for, really it's for fire pits, but it's really pretty. You can get it in all different colors. And so I had some blue chips of glass that I'm just randomly placing around the pumpkin. I think I put it mainly where it had some blue color on the paper. So I put some down at the bottom of the pumpkin, around the bottom of it, and then randomly throughout. And then I also had some champagne-like colored glass that I thought would look really nice on the stem So I just did the same thing. I just added a few along the stem there. Also, this is a reflective glass, which means one side of the glass has a reflective coating, like a silver mirror type look, so it just makes it a little more sparkly. I always love to get that kind. I just think glass on any project just adds so much interest and dimension to it. This is one of my favorite things to do. So now we're going to pour the resin. So we're mixing up, actually I'm just stirring the resin. Resin comes in two parts. There's a part A and a part B, and you mix them evenly. You use the same amount of each, and then you stir. Now I've got it sped up here, but you stir it slowly, scraping the sides, scraping the bottom, and you do this for 3 minutes. And this is an epoxy resin, so it's clear. It's used mainly for a clear coating. And it gives a really nice, glossy, glass-like finish. And it holds that glass in place, which is it's just pretty cool. So anyway, we're just gonna pour it out. I'm gonna drizzle it over the glass pieces first, just to make sure they're all nice and covered. As you can see, you can just use your stick that you stirred with to drizzle it out. So once you get all of the glass chips covered with the resin, you'll just continue to cover the rest of your canvas. A lot of times I'll just pour it out and use my hands to move it around. Here I just use the stick. Now resin self-levels, so you don't have to get it, smooth or uniform in any way. Just make sure everything is covered, and make sure that you are on a level surface, because like I said, since it does self-level, it will move in the direction of gravity. So you don't want your resin to flow or move off of your canvas. So I'm also rubbing along the sides with my hands just to make sure I want my sides covered. Also, I have tape underneath this canvas because your resin will drip. Like I said, it will self-level, so it just kind of moves around and it will flow over the sides, and it can leave drip marks that will harden when it's cured. So you want to have tape underneath your canvas. That way you can just pull it off. And here at the very end, you just want to use a heat tool, a heat gun, or or even a little torch to pop any bubbles that form on the surface. And you can do this, I usually do it 2 or 3 times. I'll check it for about 15 minutes, popping any bubbles. I also like to continue to just rub along the sides of the canvas as much as I can, just to make sure I'm removing any excess resin that may, drip, like I said. And that's pretty much it. You're just going to set it to the side. You're going to let it cure. Try not to touch it. I usually just let it be for overnight, and I'll check it the next morning, because it usually takes, I give it about 24 hours to cure. And here you go. This is it while it's cured. It's so pretty. I have it out in the sun so you can see how nice it sparkles. I just love it. I love these kind of projects. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.